see. Okay. There we go. Yay! All right.
Hey, sorry. I don't know what
Okay.
was going on.
Uh, I don't know. Hold on just a second. Uh,
Let me hide my tackies. Yeah.
okay. All right. Let's see if we can. Yeah. Hey, it's not. I don't think it's YouTube, Bruin. I saw in CJ's Discord this morning, he was trying to stream and it kept crashing, and I don't know if it was last night or this morning, but StreamYard has been awful. And you know what makes me
Okay.
really mad is I just paid for this because
Yes.
I just paid for this one. It worked fine for me when it was not a paid subscription, but I wanted to
Yeah.
add a lot of stuff, and so I paid for it. I was also running out of hours, and because I needed to put some music in the background, Michelle, for some of this stuff,
Mhm.
I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna buy this, and so far it has sucked. So
That sucks, though. It really does. That's awful.
it really does. Yeah. So I'm gonna get some stuff up here. All right. Well, now let me go find my video file because, you know, when you set up stuff, let's see. I'm gonna have to stop this, not the stream, just this right here. Okay, there we go. All right, now we'll do that in a minute.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
yeah,
There I am.
there
I
you
like to
are.
rush home from work. So, sorry, y'all. I'm like rushing around. I get off at 2:06. So, I'm like, had to throw dinner in. So, anyways, as long as I'm not too close like I was last time. Oh, my Lord. We'll be back.
Yeah. So, here's the thing. I tried, yeah, I had to do the whole thing that I did, the whole editing. I had to do that over this morning, everything, and then for StreamYard to crash. And I had all this
Oh,
stuff up, but you know what? I just, it is what it is. But
yeah.
at least we can still talk. So let's start from the beginning again. Um,
Okay.
yeah. All right. Everybody's here. Deb, Bruin, Kip Kitty. Hello, Kip Kitty. Uh, let's see, Samantha. Yeah, Samantha's here. And I don't know who
Yay.
else is here. Okay, so yeah, and CJ had wanted to join today, but he is going to Pennsylvania. And so he is like, he was gonna go, he wasn't gonna go, and now he's definitely going. So,
Aw. I know we kind of talked a little bit in Messenger. So just kind of like he's, very much so wants to do Tanner's story, and then I watched you both. Gosh, that was a great show, your YouTube show where you had him on, and you guys discussed Tanner's case, and yeah, that was really good. That was very good.
um, well, good, and that was really on the fly. Uh, so it was kind of like, he brought it up, but yeah, we're definitely
Yeah,
gonna do this. I think he wants to do it on his show in an evening episode, but right now,
yeah,
he's joining coverage of the manhunt, so that is exciting. That's exciting.
yes.
And I was gonna tell you this uh privately, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, you had sent me some information yesterday. Okay, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mhm.
and also I got some information from Ruckus today, and I don't know if I forwarded those emails to you or not. But then we were chit chatting, and you know what? Their response to Ruckus was very harsh on you, Michelle. I'll just tell you, it was very harsh,
Oh
and it made
yeah.
me.
I'm sure.
So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go through Carol's letter, and I wanted to go through Todd Cooney's letter, because right off the bat they said something. I'm like, they said one thing, and I told Ruckus, I'm like, well, according to the interview, the police interview that Carol did, that's
Mm-hmm.
a lie. That's a lie. Right
Yeah.
off the top, I can tell you that's a lie.
Yeah.
Or somebody's lying. Somebody's lying
Yeah.
somewhere. So,
So
yeah.
who responded to Ruckus? Who was the response from? Howard County?
It
Or
yes, it was from the PD, and I can't remember the guy's name. I have to pull up the email.
Frank
But
Hargrove or Shirey?
I don't think it was Shirey, but I'll tell you what, I'm gonna leave his name on, but I'm gonna take, I wanted to edit those letters a little bit because I don't want to dox Ruckus at all. But yeah, I thought, you know what, next time let's just talk about what they've done, because apparently, Michelle, you are a big harasser. Did you know that?
No. When did I become a harasser?
Oh, you're okay, okay. Okay, some of this we probably need to talk about.
That is hysterical. Like, who am I? Like, who do I contact and I don't contact any of them?
Yeah, you are harassing people. You are threatening people. People are scared for their life. Yeah, they are scared for their life.
Okay. So, well, you've got the addendum, so I know exactly who we're probably thinking of.
Well, actually, no. One person is. You won't be shocked, but it's not in Indiana. So, anyway, yeah, I thought, you know what?
Oh, yes, and see, I know exactly. It probably rhymes with Ma's show.
Yeah, I just banned somebody. He'll be back. He's a, you know.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about, and that's what they did to shut me up. That's why Lindsay, a podcaster, really went crazy on exposing them, and this person filed stalking charges against us.
Yeah.
And yes, and she lost. The DA. So that's what they're not telling people. See, the DA tossed it because it was insane, stupid, and I'm going to provide to you all the documents that I have from the beginning and what she posted and how she was stalking my pages and getting stuff. So,
wow.
Because she got exposed, and she's one of them involved in closing Tanner's case that you spoke about last week.
Well, yeah, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to wait until we had a private conversation and I could get some more stuff from you, because I don't want to just put on there what somebody's saying about you and have you like just respond on the fly. I want you to be able to show what's going on, because I think that's only fair. Yeah.
Oh, I have all the documentation. I have all the proof. So we're going to speak about this. We'll make one big podcast, and I'll give you all the documents, everything from my attorney, that because it was out of state.
Yeah.
That's hysterical that they even believe that. That just cracks me up. And these are cops. These are the police. It cracks me up.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are a threat. You are a threat to society, Michelle. Did you know that?
You know what? I can't wait to send in those documents to Howard County and prove that this person even pulled their own stuff. And I'll send them and say, and I'm gonna we'll talk. Yeah,
we will.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know more people watch this on the replay, so I'm gonna, I had all this lined up before my stream crashed, but I'm gonna play a portion of the video that I did last time. Not all of the talking. Hold on, let me find this, and I'm gonna. Just to recap the case, we're not gonna. It's only like, I think the whole thing's only like 3 minutes, but we're gonna go ahead and look at this just to catch people up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me my honest? I need someone that's as best as I can.
Emergency. Oh my gosh, my friend is downstairs in my basement. My friend is downstairs in my basement. And it says Blue Run 11992 West 00 North South.
How old is he?
He's 19.
19? Can you tell if he's breathing?
We don't know. We can't tell.
Is his chest rising?
His nose is bleeding.
Okay. What is your name, sir?
His face is blue.
What is your
My name is Marcus Salazar.
Marcus what?
Salazar.
Okay, we'll get an ambulance on the way. All right.
It was at this house in the western part of Howard County where Tanner Barton was hanging out with friends back in 2012. According to this coroner's report, it was just after 2 in the morning when Tanner collapsed and died. Tanner's mom, Michelle Barton, still can't believe her son is gone.
It's heart-wrenching. It's hard. You know, I'm angry. I'm so angry he's here because he was a fabulous kid. You know, he shouldn't be here.
Michelle believes Tanner's friends who were with him that April night know more than what they're saying, including a friend who told police she saw Tanner collapse, checked his pulse, and thought he was snoring, so she went to sleep. About 6 hours later, she found him dead at the age of 19.
She knew something was up. Something was wrong with Tanner. You don't need to, you wouldn't check somebody's pulse if you didn't think that something was wrong with them. And 911 was not called immediately.
Autopsy reports show Tanner had THC and alcohol in his system, but he wasn't legally drunk. The coroner could not find what caused Tanner's sudden collapse and death, only that he was positioned in a way that cut off his air supply. Michelle wants more toxicology tests.
And if we have to exhume Tanner, that's a hard one. But I do believe that we need to do it.
Tanner's case has captured the attention of many, including the group Families of Homicide Victims and Missing Persons, based in Colorado.
What stands out about Tanner's case is that there are, many people involved. There's a lot of inconsistencies throughout the case and the files.
Tanner would have been 25 years old next month. His gravesite shows just how much he loved the 4th of July.
He just always thought when he was little, oh, everybody's celebrating my birthday, Mommy, look. And the fireworks were going off. We're like, it's all for you, Tanner, it's all for you.
But this year and every year, there won't be any celebration until there's justice for Tanner. The Howard County Sheriff declined to be interviewed on camera, but says they are looking for leads, especially those with factual evidence. He says anyone with information should call their office at 765-456-2031. Reporting from Howard County, Kara Kenny.
All right. So I've got some background music. Y'all tell me if it's too loud, but again, I don't want to get those ugly strikes or those slaps on the wrist. Hello, Laura. I saw Connor. I saw a bunch of people. Velvet Underground. Hello. We'll talk soon. Okay. Let's see what Nick says. Silky probably snores so loud her husband has to go to someone else's house to sleep. Hey, you know what, Nick? That's actually partially the truth. I snore like a freight train. It's horrible. It's bad. Okay, so this is the recap of Tanner's case, and is that too loud music? Does it bother? It probably bothers me more than anybody else. Okay, so Michelle, this time I have got, and feel free to stop. You know how we did last time, because I want to go ahead. I've got about an hour. This video is only 18 minutes long, but it is, and I'll stop it somewhere in between. But last time we listened to Michaela, we listened to Marcus. Were those the only two we listened to? I think.
That's all we got through. Yes.
Okay, this time, for y'all that don't know, we are listening to Jeff Linskog and Carol Linskog. We're going to listen to Jeff first, and I've got also the transcript there so you can read along. But this is just bits and pieces of his police interview. But it kind of gives you can see some inconsistencies. And, oh, we lost Michelle. Oh, there she is. And, so anyway, feel free to stop me when we get to something that you want to say. But I want to go ahead and I want to hear. Look, just editing this, I was like, meh. Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's so frustrating.
Yes. So anyway, if you are, by any chance, you don't know this case, Tanner was 19 years old, as the video said, when he passed away under mysterious circumstances at a friend's house, and they have never been held accountable. But let's listen to what these people, the Shady Bunch, have to say.
Yeah, the Shady Bunch.
He got to our house around 10 o'clock-ish last night. And it's not unusual for him to pop by. Came in, seemed like he was in a good mood. Said he finished a paper at school. I got it done early. Came in and said hello. I don't know where Marcus was. He was downstairs. He went downstairs shortly after just coming in and saying hello. So it was around somewhere in that 10 o'clock-ish range. That's about when we got to the house last night. You woke up about what time would you say today? Oh, I'm thinking somewhere 7:30-ish is when we woke up. I don't think we actually got out of bed until somewhere in that range. Carol left to go to Tannyman and run a couple errands in town. And I got up and fed all the animals we've got. I heard one of the dogs go down to the gate to go down to the basement. And so I went down to get him. And I sort of saw Tanner laying on the floor. And I'm thinking he's just asleep because it's in the past, sometimes folks just fall asleep wherever down there when they've been up.
Can I stop for 1 second?
Yes. Okay.
The gate is at the top of the stairs. It's never been at the bottom of the stairs. The gate in the picture in the coroner's report, the crime scene photos, the picture is at the top of the gate's at the top. The coroner even mentions it being at the top. And I spoke with Marcus several months later, and he even said they always keep the gate at the top of the stairs, never at the bottom. So Jeff Linskog had no reason to go down to the bottom of the stairs to that gate because there was no gate down there. The gate was at the top of the stairs. So go ahead.
Yeah, because it's a dog gate. So if you're trying to keep the dogs out of the basement and from going down the stairs, why would you put it at the bottom of the stairs?
Stairs. And when you see the picture, there's no place to really attach that gate. Mm-hmm. The way it comes down, it's an odd angle. So yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. There's at least lie number 1. All
or
right.
5 up there at the top, but this is just the first one I'm calling out.
Oh. Okay.
So that's why I didn't think anything of it. The fact that he was asleep, so I grabbed Val as the dog went down. Took him upstairs, and I thought, this is kind of a funny photo. Tended to think because of where he was sleeping. So that's why I took the photographs of him. And then I sent one to Carol through an email, my work email, to her email. Just because I thought it was a odd, Can you show me where you did that? Because I never did see. It's not on this phone. It's on the other phone. It's on the other phone.
What was that one about? I saw you put your hand up.
Oh no, I was like, this is ridiculous. He went downstairs, seen Tanner, ran back upstairs, got his work phone, and emailed the picture to her email Why wouldn't you just text it? They've been texting people all night long, but all of a sudden you're going to email the pictures from your work phone? Why would you go get your work phone? Because why would you get your work phone? Work phone, that has nothing to do with work. You can get in trouble for using your work phone for stuff like that. So why would you think to grab your work phone?
Yeah, that is a little weird.
Yeah, and he says he was in a funny/odd position. And if you hear him, why would you say, oh, because he was in a funny, that's not funny, a kid with his foot on the step.
Yeah.
Literally, his foot was on the step. It looked like he had fallen down the stairs.
And you would think that in that situation, even if it were an accident, he would have told the police, like, look, I accidentally grabbed my work phone because, I wasn't really thinking. I just grabbed it. But still, not a text, an email. Yeah, that is weird to me. But, but let's go on.
Yeah, it's suspicious.
Just because I thought it was can you show me where you did that? Because I never did it's not on this phone. Oh, it's on the other phone. It's on the other phone. Okay. Which one the officers took. So you send the phone to Carol. So I sent the picture through email. Right. Because I thought, this is just, we've taken pictures of the kids before when they've slept. Sure, I understand.
And that's creepy.
Nothing of it at all.
Yeah.
Upstairs, going through my
I can kind of a little bit see if it was really odd and funny, but again, creepy. I don't know. But it's just weird.
Dressed, dishes and all the other things, and then I was looking for something, and Michaela came up, very upset. Something's wrong with Tanner. Something's wrong with Tanner. What'd she say? She said something's wrong with Tanner. I think he broke his nose.
Hear that? She thinks he broke his.
I immediately went downstairs, and I don't know if she had moved him at all.
So that means that and there was blood, and that means she saw that, and she thought,
She knew there was blood.
Yeah. So it kind of contradicts in other places.
I saw his face, and I knew instantly when I saw his face that he was dead. But I still tried to see if I could find a pulse on him anywhere. See if I could get his airway open, and I couldn't. And Marcus had come down at some point because I was trying to do something, and that's when I told him, call 911 right now. And so he made the call because I was still trying to see if there's anything I could do for Tanner. And then I told Marcus to call Carol and tell her to come home. Kirsten was still asleep this whole time. And then...
Did you hear how he said that? All of a sudden he brings up his daughter, and Kirsten was asleep this whole time. Yeah. Why was Kirsten asleep? Why didn't you wake her up? Why did you not wake everybody in that damn house up and say, what happened? What did you do? But Kirsten, and then when people are lying, they embellish and they bring things up and and that's why I think Kirsten is involved way more than what anybody's letting on and what people think. I seriously do. I think she's involved a lot more.
Do you think that she just knew?
I think she knew part of whatever happened to Tanner.
Okay. You're right. It is odd because, it's like nobody asked you about Kirsten. Like he's talking and he's like, and Kirsten was asleep. Oh, we're not talking about Kirsten. You usually follow the questions that the police ask you. You're answering that question. Yeah, so I see what you're saying. There's an anomaly there.
I had taken a towel to see if I could wipe his mouth, see if there's any way I could get Tanner's mouth, any way to get any kind of an airway open.
He was wiping away evidence.
Yeah, unless you, unless you think someone is alive, but I'm pretty sure that, you know, he is said in there he knew that Tanner was gone. So yeah, at
There's
that
no way
point,
he wouldn't know. There's no way he
Right.
wouldn't know when he rolled Tanner over that Tanner was gone. No way he would have known, not known it.
right.
So for him to say, I was trying to do whatever I can, no, you were wiping away whatever came out of Tanner's mouth. You were cleaning up the scene, sir.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, once you know, sometimes, Michelle, I'm like, you know, people do dumb things in situations when they panic. And I think that's probably what happened, you know, like, uh-oh. But normally, if you see someone, you know that they are deceased. Yeah, you're like, okay, I'm not touching anything because,
Exactly.
you know.
It was obvious. I mean, Tanner's tongue was, everything was locked. And his tongue was hanging out. There's nothing to clean up because you can't get his jaw open. Even the detective said that he questioned them and asked them if they had used a screwdriver or something to open Tanner's mouth with.
Oh,
And that's
wow.
not in these statements. Yeah, this isn't in the statement. So he's like, I was questioning. I asked him if they'd use if there was like a screwdriver or something they used to try to pry his mouth open. So I don't know what happened. I don't know because we never seen Tanner. So was there damage to his mouth, his teeth? We don't know. I mean, we seen him when he was 30. You know, they can create miracles with people. So
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, here we go.
It's too late. I don't know when anything occurred. Did you ask questions? Well, you're waiting on the medics to come. I didn't ask Michaela. Michaela said that she thought he had gone upstairs and fell into the wall or something. But she thought he was joking. Because sometimes, they joke, Michaela and Tanner will joke like brother or sister. And she didn't think anything of it either.
So Michaela never said anything about a wall.
I didn't ask her.
Okay, what was that?
Michaela never said anything about a wall. She said she just seen Tanner go up a step and turn, but she told her dad and everybody else at the scene that she thinks Tanner fell up and hit his face on a wall. And remember the scuff marks and stuff.
Yes.
So why would she tell and that's what we kept saying. There's 2 different stories or 10 or 20 different stories. She's saying that, in her story, he just went up 1 step, turned, and fell. She's telling her dad that he fell up the stairs and broke his nose. What were they doing with Tanner going up and down? Something in that part right there tells you that something went on at that point.
Yeah. And it makes you wonder, and there were so many hours that passed. You would think they would have had plenty of time to get on the same story. But, it's like when we heard Michaela in the beginning praying to, be able to be honest.
Honestly.
Yeah. It's bothering these kids. And I feel like, this is just my opinion, but I feel like they were all friends of Tanner's. And I don't think they really wanted to cover it up. You know what I'm saying? At that age, I'm thinking that they were more influenced. Yes, of course you don't want it to destroy your life, but at that moment, I think as a teenager, you would really be thinking more about your friend and doing the right thing. As we get older.
Yeah. Marcus, no. I've seen his interview. No. Marcus was annoyed and just PO'd that he was sitting there being questioned.
Wow.
Michaela, I could see because she was the scapegoat, but Marcus, because he's, oh yeah, we haven't got those for everybody to see yet. So.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait till we can see them say this. But for right now, we're just.
Okay, go ahead.
And I think it helps. I know, and I think it helps, like, to have the words there and hear it and read it, because then when you see it, you don't have to be paying attention to the words as much. You're looking at body language. So I think
Yes.
it's good to dissect it this way.
The body language is huge when you. This I thought, oh my gosh, and then when I watched them,
Hmm.
totally different. It sets a whole different tone into the investigation, into the questioning, and these idiots, they were idiots. I'm sorry, Howard County Sheriff's Department, they were idiots in this. There's no way that you should have allowed them to walk off, and there's no way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No way.
All right. Let's see.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Get on.
What had happened or anything, I was more concerned because she was blaming herself. What'd she say? If only I had done something, you know. And not that. I think what she is thinking is, you know, if he hit the wall or stairs, I don't know what he hit, but something, because I could see the blood in his nose. He hit somewhere. He hit something. That she was upset that when that happened, she didn't do something at that time that could have helped. And my concern was just make her know it's not her fault that this happened. And so that's where my vote. I wasn't asking questions about what happened or what it led up to the whole thing.
Well, I would be curious myself, and I probably would be asking questions if it were me.
I mean, my concern immediate was, is there anything I can do for Tanner? Let's get the authorities called, get Carol home, and then kind of help Michaela deal with the initial shock of what's going on. And then
And
try
here's
to
the
figure
thing.
out, okay.
He's not questioning. Why are you not questioning her?
Somewhere in that
Oh, hold on. Let me stop this. Okay. Yeah,
He's
why
like,
are you
oh,
not?
I didn't question her. Well, why wouldn't you? Most people would. Why are you not questioning these kids? Because if I seen a kid laying in my basement, bloody, frothy, dead, I literally would freak out on every kid there. I don't care if you were my kid or no kid or whose kid. I would freak out on you
Yes.
and question you a million different ways, sideways. But he's like, no, I just want to console her because she doesn't. What? The kid is dead in your house and you want to console the one person who was there with them that night? You want to console her?
Yeah.
Good job, Howard County.
I know. It's ludicrous. It is ludicrous. I hope I did not. Yeah, I did. Somehow or other, I got this way out of. Let me see. I
I'm
don't know.
sorry, that's my fault.
No, it's mine. I don't know. It just. Let's see. Is this where we were?
That this happened. And so that's where my vote. I wasn't asking questions about what happened or what it led up to the whole thing.
Well, I would be curious myself, and I probably would be asking questions if it were me.
I mean, my concern immediate was, is there anything I can do for Tanner? Let's get the authorities called, get Carol home, and then kind of help Michaela deal with the initial shock of what's going on.
Why would you call Carol
And then
home?
try and figure out, okay.
I mean, is it just because he wants her there for moral support? Because, I mean, she was there that night, so. Yeah.
Yeah. No, she was with her lover. That's why she wasn't home.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not sure. Alright.
Sorry.
I don't know what transpired.
When did you find out that alcohol was a factor?
When Michaela was in the kitchen talking to one of the other officers going through the interview type thing. That was the first time that I knew alcohol was involved at all.
Had he ever drank at your house before?
Once or twice had a beer at the house. always we knew, always was never going to go anywhere. It was only maybe one at all.
How recent would that have been?
But she said she said she's never drank before except a sip.
Yeah.
I've only had a sip. I don't know what drunk feels like. Well, honey, if you've never drank and you have one drink, you're drunk.
Yeah. And I mean, this on top of things that Carol say, you know, it's kind of easy to tell. I'm not sure about her, but definitely with Marcus and with Tanner, it's definitely easy to tell that in spite of what they say, there was drinking going on. I'm not saying the boys, you know, got over there and got drunk all the time, but it was more than just a sip, you know.
I'm thinking maybe the fall.
If someone were to say this happened no more than X amount of times, what would X be?
A couple, 2 or 3, maybe. I mean, it wasn't like he would come over and, you know, have parties and we would drink and things like that. It was maybe a couple at most. It was not a regular occurrence for sure.
Would this be the same with your stepson?
Yeah, normally Marcus doesn't drink at all. Every once in a while, but always at the house under supervision and never, you know, more than like one that I know of.
Hello, Michaela.
The only thing that I know, occasionally, like if we're having a glass of wine or something, she'll have a sip of it. But more drinking than that is not something that I know that she does. I know that, you know, she'll try to drink a little bit more, but it's, you know, as far as like, you know, sip from the glass or something like that. But beyond that,
I mean, you realize that they are not of legal age, any of them, right? And how does that, you know, what is your thoughts on that?
I'm not really, you know, for them drinking with it. A sip of a taste of something. You know, if it's just okay, I want to have a taste of what this is like. I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing, but I don't, you know, would want them to sit down and have a, you know, bottle of wine, a glass of wine, you know, a taste.
But you have, and I have to ask hard questions, you know,
Yes.
because these are questions that are going to be asked, you know, because one would say if you allowed, you know, your stepson to have, you know, a few beers here, or allowed Tanner to have a few beers, you know, that would be obviously go beyond the taste, you know, and, you know, and really they're going to say, well, you know, he's providing alcohol to minors, you know, and how would you address, you know, someone that were to make that statement?
I would say I'm not.
Yeah.
We're not providing.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna put that back up there because that was a very interesting comment, Samantha. She says it almost makes it sound like there may have been a fight where Tanner was protecting her. That's a scenario where you would be concerned that she not think it's her fault. Any ideas or any, let's just say rumors, because I know that's never brought up in concrete, but do you think that's possible, Michelle?
I've heard numerous people have said, you know, or questioned, could there have been a fight? Even Detective Shirey was like, you know, was everybody getting along? You know, was there, you know, and he kept kind of putting it out there like there may have been a fight. You know, they could have, and even if there was a fight, that still had nothing to do with Tanner falling to the ground and not repositioning himself to breathe. So whatever they did to him, yeah, there could have been a fight. Why else would he? I think he fell up the stairs and broke his nose. I think he fell down the stairs and broke his nose. He's laying there. There's a reason my son's nose is bloody.
Yeah.
There's a reason. And there's a reason why he wiped his nose. It wasn't because he was rolling himself. They rolled him over. He was in rigor. There was blood on his hand for a reason. And he knew it. There's something happened to my son before he collapsed.
Yeah. And whether it was a fight or, like I said, last time, maybe they realized he was not doing well and they tried to get him back up the stairs. And because he has, because he was inebriated with, we think, ketamine, maybe he came back down that way and they just couldn't stop it. But I didn't see anything in the coroner's report that said he had a broken nose, though, right?
No. No,
Okay.
there was no.
Yeah, so there's no reason for all this.
No. But there's a reason why he had a bloody nose.
What?
But there's a reason why his nose was bloody. There's a reason. It just, he knew something was medically, he was in distress.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's go on.
It's not like we were having open parties, and they could drink whatever they wanted to drink, anything that they wanted. There were a couple of times where we allowed them to have a beer at the house. My view on it a little bit is Tanner, was in college, and I was in college. I know what college kids do. It's not we don't have an environment at the house where it's okay to get drunk. And we're
Okay.
allow,
Yeah.
Okay. The whole community called in.
alcohol for the friends to have.
The what?
The whole community called in. They said they don't even know how many phone calls of people calling in saying that was a known party house. Parents were calling in and say they wouldn't allow their kids over there because it was a known party house. They were able to freely smoke marijuana, drink alcohol. Kids, they had key parties where kids put their keys in. After football games every Friday, that's where everybody went. And these are people that came. These are actual kids who were there. So it's not a lie. That is the truth. These kids were there.
Yeah.
It was the known. Even the detective told me that Michelle, it's a known party house. These parents want to be the cool parents. They're like living their lives through these teenagers, is what he said.
Yeah, and this is the result of that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm whatever, very poor parenting style. But the thing is if you are gonna have that environment and something happens, then you're not even going to take responsibility. I mean, it's like they are kids themselves. Obviously have not reached the age of maturity. So
No.
responsibility.
No.
All right. Let's see.
We had a graduation party a few years ago where we had alcohol, but we had someone that was serving the alcohol. And this was a graduation party, and he was serving it, and
That was Marcus.
Adults.
Okay, that was what?
Marcus was the bartender at this graduation party.
Oh, okay.
And he said he was 10 sheets to the wind. He was drunk. They said, so here's the thing. Like I said, once again, when people are lying, but they remember things, they embellish. Oh wait,
Right.
but they weren't there. But now we had a bartender though. Why would you even bring that up? That you had a bartender at a high school graduation?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Marcus was the bartender, and the person who was there, another person that was actually there, an adult, went to the police and told them that he's a drinker. He has a problem with alcohol. They went to them and said he was the bartender and he was drunk as heck.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's sitting here mentioning this. I'm like, once again, here you are embellishing, but you're remembering what was there, and now you're gonna. But you didn't tell him it was your stepson that was the bartender.
Yeah, because who allows at high school? There's nobody unless you're really, really slow. Nobody is 21 when you graduate from high school. So why are you having a graduation party with alcohol, sir?
Yeah, no, and so you're only the adults? Okay, so, but it's hardly ever adults there. It's usually the kids that come. It's, you'll have like your family, but you don't need to have alcohol out there as a big, have a bar, open bar for kids. No, it was an open bar for kids.
Yeah, exactly. See, I mean, it's so sketchy. You have to, like, even listening to him and reading it, it's like, I see and I hear what you're saying, but I also see the picture behind it, because you're obviously skirting and trying to make an excuse for why, because you already know that people know that kids drink there, so it's just a taste. No, because I'm sure this graduation party was gonna come up,
Oh yeah, that's why he was like softening it as because they said it was a graduation party, so he was just like a soft entry.
Exactly, so it would make him seem more credible if you're saying, oh yeah, I'm telling you first, there was a graduation party here. Yeah. So, let's listen to what old Jeffy has to say.
I'm sorry, I keep interrupting.
No, you're good. I want you to.
And we definitely don't, condone Marcus just whenever he wants to go, have a beer or something like that.
Would that be permissible?
So just whenever he would want to?
No, I understand that that's not what you would allow, but when would he be allowed to have a beer? What time would be permissible, I guess is what I'm asking.
I think the only really time that I've allowed Marcus to have one was when Tanner was over one time and they came up and said, hey, can we have one? Okay. And that was it. I mean, that's not, other than that, it's not like I'll say, hey, Marcus, let's sit down and have a beer.
And did you have any idea that Tanner was drinking last night?
No.
Did he ask you for any alcohol last night?
He did not. There was a conversation about a drinking game, and we said, no, we're not doing that. And then there wasn't any other conversation.
That conversation. Shots, I guess, is what.
Yeah, shit. Mm-hmm.
And had he ever partaken in that game in the past?
No.
Never. So if anybody were to say that he did, they would be a liar.
As far as I can recall, he's never. I mean, we've played the game. He's been there when we've played it. But as far as I know, he's never partaken in the game. Right. I mean, he's watched it, so I think he knew what the game was. But I don't believe he ever partook.
He has a hard time talking, doesn't he?
What?
He has a hard time talking, doesn't he? I don't recall if he's ever been here and partaken. If you've been there, what, were you that drunk that you don't remember if some kid was there that shouldn't have been drinking and playing a drinking game? Oh, I don't know if he's partaken. Who else said partaken? Was that Michaela that used that word partaken?
I don't know. I don't use it very often.
I think Michaela said it too, partaken. Somebody else said the word partaken, and it's like, that's an odd word for it to be used within a family like that. Like, he had partaken in it.
Yeah, you would think they'd say, I didn't see him drink. I didn't see him have anything. I don't think,
I don't remember if he had partaken. What? What? Okay, so this kid is at your house all the time, you say, and you don't remember if he had played a drinking game with you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I mean, who's going to do that? You know, you've got people over. It is a party house, and it's only the adults that are in the drinking game. You know
Yeah.
what's going to happen. Come on, we're not stupid.
Yeah. Especially with all your statements that you're giving.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a good question. Samantha says, bottom line, even a sip for anyone under 21 is illegal. Where's the charges for contributing to the delinquency of a minor, underage alcohol consumption, running a house of ill repute?
I asked him, you know what the detective said? I said, okay,
What?
he goes, because he's like, okay, this is Detective Shirey. He's like, well, we could arrest them for underage drinking, but we don't want to do that because we want to arrest them for what really happened to Tanner. And I was like, okay, great. You know, because he goes, we're going to get him for this, and there was a laundry list, but it's been forever ago that I don't remember that part of everything. But he was like, yeah, we're going to get him for this, and that. And he goes, but we can't charge them. And this is how stupid he is. We can't charge them for alcohol consumption. If we charge them for alcohol contributing to a delinquency and consuming alcohol at the home, then we can't charge them for what really happened to Tanner. He said it'd be like the Brady, what's not the Brady Act? What is it where if you charge them for one thing, you can't charge them for anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think are you talking about double jeopardy?
Double jeopardy.
Okay.
And that's what he told me. He said this would be double jeopardy, Michelle, so we got to make sure we get it right. Okay, well, here we are how many years later, and you still can't even get out of the wet paper bag.
Yeah. But you know, I'd see, like, in the very, very beginning, if they were sincere and they were saying, okay, we don't really want to charge him on this just yet because we're trying to build a bigger case and we may add that into the case later, but we're trying to get the big one. Okay, I can understand if in the beginning that was the plan, but after time passed and it was obvious that it was not the plan or that nobody was going to do anything, to me, charging them with something like that would be, okay, that's a step one. Okay, that's one nail in the coffin, because then you can always go back and refer to that case when it comes up with Tanner. Well, you know what? He was charged with this. Yeah, contributing to the delinquency, underage drink, all this kind of stuff. That would be, if you can't get the top one, then get the bottom ones and work your way up.
Yeah. But he told me that, so he, I mean, because I didn't know. I mean, this is my first time ever doing something like this, so I've learned now that was just stupid on their behalf to say to me, and it was bold, but yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, he was going to arrest them for that, but wanted to wait because he didn't want to do double jeopardy and not get them for what really. But here's my thing: when he said he wanted to get them for what really happened to Tanner, so he knew there was something else that happened to Tanner. Because he said what really happened to Tanner. Okay, so what really happened? They knew that something else. They knew something was wrong with Tanner. They knew.
Right, and that's even in the coroner's report. I mean, it's right there, the last line.
Exactly, and nobody ever told me it was an accident. Nobody ever said it was his heart. Everybody just said something happened to your son, and we're going to find out. This house was a party house. The things that we were told, and then the things that they try to say now that, you know, we're crazy, we're nuts, no. And they're like, oh, well, she just doesn't remember. No, a mom remembers. A mom remembers everything that you have said. I mean, it may get a little faded a little bit, but we remember. We remember. These are big points.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't forget. That is burned into your memory, you know, unfortunately. So, yeah, it looks like to me that they really just... when I read it now, I wasn't there. I don't know these people, but when I read it, it looks to me like they are definitely saying we're gonna do something about this. This is not normal. This is a case, and we're gonna investigate it. So this is why, we're not gonna hone in on this one charge. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on.
With you or your wife?
As far as I know, no. Or with you. Or with me, no.
Okay. And did you try to administer CPR, did you say?
I checked for pulse. I tried to see if I could get an airway open, and I couldn't get an airway. His jaw was locked and his tongue was out. I could not try to. I tried, but I couldn't get an airway open.
All right, I'm gonna stop this here because this is what I've got for now. This is obviously not the whole thing, but this last page that we looked at is where the interview ends. There is a little bit more in the beginning, different snippets, but I think you've got pretty much the gist of it. Now, I'm not going to play the full interview with Carol, but we are going to, the next thing that we're going to do is, and there's excerpts in there where she talks about them going to the donut shop, and she talks about the pineapple juice and stuff like that. But I'm going to clip in some things that, I'm going to go ahead and play this. And again, this is Carol Lindskog. This is Jeff's wife. It was at their house, the party house, that Tanner passed away. Let me see.
Have I been around? Not when he's drinking, no.
I guess let me rephrase the question. Had you been in his presence when he appeared to have been drinking?
No.
I guess? No?
Never.
Okay. And you woke up what time this morning?
I woke up about 7:30 or 8. I stayed in bed and got on my iPad to look for a cruise from my friend because I forgot to do that. I text my friend the cruise information that I found out. And then I was going to go to the tanning bed because I had a flight that left today to go to Florida.
Oh, you were supposed to be on that flight?
Yeah.
What do you mean a tanning bed?
I went to go tan in the tanning bed.
Oh, okay. Oh, because you're getting ready to go to Florida. Okay, but when's that flight?
It leaves at 2:15 today.
I see. You intend to make the flight?
No.
No?
No, I cannot.
And then at that point, did you stay home? Did you go somewhere?
I went to go tan and came back. I was getting donuts. I got donuts in my car because they didn't get the donuts last night. And I know I make breakfast if Tanner stays all night usually.
Okay.
And I had the donuts and I was bringing them home.
And then you received a text.
No, I got a phone call from Marcus screaming.
Oh, you got a phone call?
He was screaming. I thought he was joking with me because Marcus leaves all kinds of crazy little screaming, silly messages. And I said, "What's the matter?" And he says, "Jeff's working on Tanner. They called the ambulance." And I'm like, "I'm on my way." And I flew.
Okay, stop for a second.
And I called Todd.
Okay.
Do you hear how they're speaking?
Yes.
Do you hear how these parents are speaking? And people don't know this part. She's sitting there Indian style, like she's at some girls' sleepover telling horror stories. And when you see the actual footage of her telling the story, you'll see that, and it's gonna disgust you. But where's the emotion in this? And she's like, and I'm on my way. Neither her nor Jeff are crying. This is somebody died in your house. And I know people like panic or whatever, but no, you're not good. There was no emotion. There's no remorse. There's no regret. There's nothing. There's no feeling in these statements.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
They knew.
If you have, I mean, I think about my kids' friends who come over to the house. I mean, there's one guy that, he would walk in. He never knocked. He just walked in the door. It didn't matter if anybody had clothes on or not, and he came.
Yeah.
And you know, if something, you know, that's not my best friend, but it's somebody that's in the house, friends, you know, hangs out there a lot. Even if you were in a state of shock too much to cry, you would have emotion. It would be like, you know, you would
Like, oh my God.
pause,
Yes.
put your hands on your head. You would be like, oh God, I can't believe this is happening.
Yes. And you would
You
go,
know,
oh my God, you know, how's this? You would, but no, not her. I'm on my way. Like she's some super freaking hero.
yeah. And the cross-legged thing, we talked about this before, but that reminds me of Lori Vallow's interview where she's sitting there Indian style and, you know.
Just sitting there, all Indian, just all like she's all cozy and, you know, at a slumber party, talking to her girlfriends around a circle, telling stories. It's
Yeah.
disgusting. It's absolutely, like I said, this, because I thought, oh, this is bad. Listening, first I read this, then I got to hear the audio, which really threw me off. Like, oh my God, angered me. Then when I actually was able to watch their videos, that's when I said, I was shocked that they were not arrested. I was shocked that more did not happen. Literally shocked. You could see it. I mean, if anybody that could read body language, it
Yeah, that's what I want to see now that we're looking at what they said. Next time when we get those, when I can get those videos, yeah, it'll be easier to see, and we can watch that. I want to bring up a comment that Samantha did. I had it up here. Back to what we were talking about. Detectives often start with smaller charges. It's called shaking the tree to see what facts shake loose. Yeah. So obviously not what they did in Tanner's case.
Nope. But I'm a harasser, so they're not going to do anything.
And first of all, double jeopardy, that's not even correct. Double jeopardy is you can't get tried if you are go by, you know, especially trial by jury, but if you are found innocent of a crime, let's say it is, you know, the unaliving of somebody, and, you know, once the jury has found you innocent, you can walk out of that courtroom and say, hey, I did it. Y'all got it wrong, and this is how I did it. They can't charge you. That's double jeopardy. So, I don't know why they gave you that kind of stupid excuse. That's just my opinion. All right. Oh yeah. Let me let y'all know this. Ruckus is coming on at 6. All right. Let's go on.
I told Todd I need Tommy's to get Tanner's parents' phone number.
Oh, did you call the parents?
I did not call the parents. I don't know their number. So I knew Tommy would know their number because Tommy's Tanner's best friend. And so Todd came out to the house too because he was with Tanner and us last night too.
Did you receive the picture from your husband?
I had Todd delete it. I didn't even see it. I didn't want to see it. After Jeff told me what he had sent me, he said, I thought Tanner was sleeping because we make fun of Tanner all the time when he stays at our house because we find him in weird positions all over our house. And he is like a mountain. We call him the mountain. And we just make fun of the way all the kids really.
That's not my son.
Mainly Tanner because we find him.
What was that?
That's not my son. My son doesn't just sleep anywhere. He was a big boy, and he had to be comfortable. He slept. His friends would come over, and he would push them out of the bed and or the couch, whichever. They slept on the floor. I don't care who they were. He had to be comfortable. That boy was not gonna. There was a couch. My son would have been sleeping on the couch. My son would have went upstairs and found a couch. My son would not have just slept all over unless he was drunk and he passed out and they allowed him to pass out in their house. That's the only way my son would lay on a floor.
Right.
He's kicking his own mom off a couch. Come on, Mom, I need on there. And I'd lay on the floor. All right, Bubba. You know, you get on there. You know, he's a big boy. Let him, big old football player. Let him be comfy. But so, anyways, yeah. So she's lying.
Yeah.
He's not a big mountain. They lied. Call him a mountain. Oh,
Yeah. But I mean, I know that's hard to hear, but
I hate
you know,
her talking about my son. That's the thing. I hate hearing this horrible, horrible excuse for a mother, in my opinion. Try to talk and be like, oh, Tanner was like part of our family, and he's no, he wasn't. If he was part of your family, you wouldn't have left him to die.
exactly, because your family was preserved, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. We've seen their pictures.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty obvious, you know, weird positions, and like you said, I remember you telling me that before, that Tanner didn't do that. And for those of you, you know, and she said unless Tanner was drunk. However, we know from the toxicology that he was not even legally drunk.
Exactly.
Not even up to that. So that wasn't it, people. If you don't know, we've done numerous videos on Tanner Barton, and we're gonna keep doing them. We're gonna keep hammering this, but yeah, absolutely, he was not, according to toxicology, legally drunk. So there you go. So what excuse is that, Carol? Whatever.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Exactly.
Way over on the other side of the room or on a step or wherever, we find Tanner everywhere when he's sleeping. So Jeff said he took a picture of Tanner and said something like, look where I found Tanner today or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I did not want to, after he told me he did that, because I didn't see that message, when I walked in, he said, I sent you a picture of Tanner because I thought he was sleeping, and I gave my phone to Todd and said, delete that please, because I don't want to see it.
They're so stupid.
The what?
They're so stupid. They're telling on themselves. I mean, thank God that the detectives are even dumber because they didn't catch on. They're all talking about this picture of a kid dead, and he's laying on the floor, and they're like, and I sent it to him via email, and I didn't want to see it. Well, how do you even know what he sent? And how did you and Todd Cooney end up at the door at the same time, and you hand the phone over to Todd and have him delete the picture? When the police were there. The police were there. The police were already there, and they said, come on in, and Jeff met him at the door, and she stood there, and she handed the phone over to Todd and said, here, delete this, while they were at the house.
And you know what else I noticed? Because I've watched a lot of video of police interrogations, and it sounds like to me when this guy is talking, he's really just getting the bare minimal. The only time he ever says anything that seems like there's any thought into it is when he talks and to Jeff, and he's saying, you know, and this is underage drinking. You understand that? Like, we're not gonna arrest you for this, but you understand. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, and everything else, you know, you can see where the investigator is saying, yeah, you know, okay. But I'm looking just as a layperson, okay? I'm looking at it, and when she says something, I'm used to police, you know, interviews going, like, repeating. They'll repeat what you just said, and they will go deeper. Okay, so you said that Tanner was blah, blah, blah. Did you see this? What about this? I mean, you know, they usually delve deeper. This guy? No, he's not. No. It's just like, you know, question, answer. Okay. You know, that's not a true interview.
No, and usually they'll like sit here and go, okay, so back here you said, you know, he walked in the front door. Okay, so let's go back to because it confuses them, because it throws their story that they've colluded and formulated and it throws it all off, because you're like, oh wait, because when you do that, you get your story straight. And then when somebody starts poking holes in it and say, okay, you got to come up here, go down here. And he never did that. But he told me, because I said, after I finally got these, this set of case files, and I said, oh my gosh, Oh, because I read it and he called me and I said, oh my God. I said, he goes, I know, right? Right? It's bad. Look, you can tell they're lying. We know they're lying. And I said, oh my God, then bring them back in and interview them. And his words to me were, and this is when I was going to throw my phone. I thought, no, I need my phone. He said, but we can't. I said, he goes, we can't. We have to have 3 or 4 or 5 things to that we know they're lying about to catch them on, basically, or we could get in trouble for harassment. And I'm like, oh my God, just 3 or 4 or 5. You've got hundreds of things here, hundreds of things that they are lying about. Oh, we can't. We just gotta, because we don't want to get in trouble for harassing these people.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I had a headache. I died. I'm like, you're so stupid. And that's when I knew it was corrupt.
And that's the thing. I'm not trained in. I've taken a couple of years of criminal justice, but I'm not trained as a police interviewer. But, just being interested in, I've watched this over, like I said, over and over. And even I look at it and say, this is a crap interview.
Yes. It's kind of like the 911 call.
Yeah.
It's all crap. It's all, and just like that's why the coroner said, it's a highly suspicious death and we're not going to, we're going to continue to investigate. Well, here we are.
Yeah, and I was just reading that Mark was talking about he had a very similar situation with his daughter, and I think it was one of my classmates had the same situation at a drinking party, and they were never caught because they were too privileged to be arrested. Yeah, exact same thing that we're looking at here, for sure. All right. Yes, mother dragons, they should be under the jail. Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to let's see, we've got about 10 minutes. I'm going to, you can still, well, wait a second.
No, go ahead, and I'll be quiet, and then we'll do part, hey, I'm on strike next week, so, girl, we have all next week. We can just dive right into this on your days off.
Okay, yeah, that's good. All right. And if there's something important, do stop me. But there's only a few more minutes.
No, go ahead. Let's just get this done, and then I'll make notes, and I'll rewatch it, and then we'll kind of go back, and then next week we'll refresh.
I think we've got actually less than 2 minutes of this. All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Emotions on this, okay? Your husband had shared with me that he had provided alcohol in the past. To both Tanner and your son, Marcus. And, were you aware of this?
No, I knew Marcus. With Marcus with the
Share with me what you do there.
Well, with Marcus, my opinion is if they want to have them drink with me, then with friends. So we limit Marcus to having 1 beer with us.
How often?
Last time was in the summertime that I'm aware of.
Okay. Myself, I would be concerned with legal ramifications with that, Not that we're going to be able to make an arrest on that, but did that not go through your mind? I mean, were you upset?
Upset
with giving him, beer?
With Jeff for giving Marcus a beer? No, because it's in my house with me, and as long as Marcus was with me, I was okay with me.
Okay.
I'm not too happy about the other.
Can you tell me about Tanner, Can you tell me about Tanner in this game of shots?
Oh, Tanner came. Todd was there. He'll be able to answer that too, but
Okay, real quick. That's the only time anybody mentions Todd Cooney being there that night.
Yeah.
The only time that Todd is mentioned, and he was there the whole night.
Because didn't that, and actually y'all can read that this is the end of it, because I do want to say this before we leave. Did they not say later on that Todd Cooney was not there? Didn't he say he wasn't there?
He said he wasn't there the night Tanner died. He was there up till midnight.
Yeah, but clearly Carol says that he was there.
Yeah, but nobody else says it. So when Carol's in the tub, Jeff's in doing, and they're supposed to be doing poster boards for Marcus's graduation. When Tanner comes in, Carol's in the tub, Todd's watching basketball. Okay, so where is there? I mean, if you listen to their stories, when you really read and and that's what I'm going to ask people. Look at this. Put together where these people were that night, because it'll blow your mind. You have one that's in a tub, one that's doing poster boards for the woman who's in the tub's son. You got the man over there, the lover, that's over there watching basketball, which he says they were all watching basketball. And then you got the kids who don't know where they're going. They don't know if Tanner came up the stairs, down the stairs, around the stairs. One that didn't even see it because she was like, a shadow on a wall. It's like, it's so obvious that they were trying to keep from anybody knowing what was going on that night. And I don't know. I don't know what happened to my son that night. I don't know when he walked in that door, did he start drinking and actually his BAC was lower and somebody switched his blood samples and he was actually, it was alcohol and ketamine. We don't know. But when you read where everybody was, it doesn't make sense. But that was the first time anybody mentioned Todd Cooney being there that night, aside from, and he was never questioned because he lawyered up. But then, of course, we have his addendums, which I can't wait for everybody to read. And of course, I'm the harasser, but I have a person who was there going to possibly involved in Tanner's death, following my every move. That's going to be interesting. I can't wait for all that.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. People are going to it'll blow your mind what Howard County has allowed these people to do to me.
Well, and for those of you who missed the beginning of
sorry,
this
I'm
live,
jumping.
Oh no, that's fine. I just wanted to recap. Yeah, Michelle has been harassed. I've gotten some recent emails sent to me by someone who was trying to assist in getting this case back open. And yeah, what they accuse Michelle of, wow, that's going to be a whole thing because, if you didn't know, like I said earlier, Michelle is a harasser. She's got people afraid for her life. Like, doesn't she look dangerous? Just look at her. Can't you tell? My goodness, I'm afraid to even...
They're worried for their lives. They're not worried for their lives. They're worried for their livelihoods.
Exactly.
Because these are the people who helped close Tanner's case, and we have them on phone recordings. Regardless if I get anything back from Howard County Sheriff's Department, we have the phone recordings of this person who's accusing me of harassment, closing Tanner's case. Plus, we have legal documents that I will be providing to you on this person and the legal documents on Todd Cooney. And it's going to be crazy. People are going to go, oh my God, the corruption and the disgusting things that the national media do to families.
Oh yeah. And we've talked a little bit about that, but look, there is so much that has, wow, Michelle,
right?
Anybody less than you would have given up a long time ago, and you're amazing. I don't even know if I could keep it up, and I'm pretty much like a bulldog, but I don't know if I could even have kept up as much as you have done in this case. And it is amazing. And, you know, that's why we're going to get into it, because here's the thing. For two reasons. One, because this part of the story needs to be told. And the other reason is because I don't want somebody to listen to this story and, you know, believe Michelle and they're all invested in this case. And then somebody comes out of left field and is really, you know, slandering her and saying, well, did you know this? And did you know that? And then you start wondering, oh my gosh, is she just full of crap? Is she nuts? You know, is this true? Because we're going to deal with that. We're going to, you know, we're going to hit it head on and we're going to talk about it.
And as I always say, black and white facts don't lie. And I have the black and white facts. And that's what I provide. And I have proof that this person who sold their soul to the devil and to the Howard County Sheriff's Department, I have proof and facts of everything that they have done to try to destroy me and, as they say, disarm Michelle and shut her down. And that's what they're trying to do. So, no, you're not going to do that. I'm not going to allow it. And this last one, no, I'm not going to allow it, because the more people do to you like this, that tells me that they are the ones who are guilty of something.
Yeah, absolutely.
When people work this hard to shut you down, there's a reason behind that, and they're at fault. There's something that's guilty that they're doing. So,
absolutely.
I just know Tanner's story, and hell, I don't do anything. Oh my God, I go to work, I come home, I get in my pool, I clean my, you know what? I don't even. I barely can get on my phone. I just get on Facebook and do all that stuff.
Yeah, and I had in the last live that I actually had set up before StreamYard decided to take a gigantic, you know, vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice about it. That's not what I wanted to
say.
say.
Poo-poo. That's okay. Same thing. Vomit, poo-poo. We've had kids.
Yeah. But yeah, before StreamYard did that, I had a little ticker going across the bottom that I had typed in about Michelle's TikToks and Facebook group, so that you could get, you know, more familiar, share, you know, your whatever information, just keep up with the case and the developments. But since I had to go on the fly again with this one, I have to redo everything on this one. I'll do that later, the thumbnail, everything. But we're going to end it here for today, only because I have to go, not because it's not fascinating, but I'm kind of glad it worked out this way, because I think now we've done enough of the, I think we've done enough of the whole researching the case and that kind of stuff. I'm going to turn my music off now. We've gone into the background a lot, not that we can't do a lot more, but you know the details. If you didn't get them all here, go watch some of the other videos on Tanner. And so now we know enough that we're gonna hit the hard stuff that Michelle has had to deal with. Okay.
I think we need to do the addendums, because that follows in after this. Then I think Todd Cooney should be our next special star, and the things he's done to try to shut me down for somebody who's innocent.
Right. And you did send me that, and that, like I said, I wanted to kind of do all of that together. What, the letter from Carol, and then the Todd Cooney thing. And, you know, just so y'all know, if you didn't know, Todd and, well, let's see, Jeff and Carol are now divorced. She's married to Todd. And as a matter of fact, now this is, you can tell me whether this is true, but this is what I heard. Okay, I heard that while Carol and Jeff and Todd were all working at the veterinary clinic, that they were fired because Todd and Carol were having relations in the office.
Yes. Yeah, that came directly from the owner. Yes. That's why they were, because kids found them. The kids that worked at the clinic, yeah, because, okay, so this clinic was like a bi-level house, you know, the double, like you go up a flight of stairs, so it was a bi-level house on a highway anyways.
Yeah.
And there were bedrooms upstairs. So, yeah, and that's when a lot of the drugs were missing. A lot of ketamine had not been signed in. And if you know anything about ketamine, in low doses is a euphoric.
Yeah.
It enhances things, and that's what we were told. So that just, that's all I'm going to say. You just let your mind go there with the firing and everything else. So yeah, that is true. And they were fired because they were caught upstairs too many times. And these young teenage kids who worked there, and that was one of them. And Jeff had stake in, so they all have stakes in these clinics. And Jeff is actually a dog groomer, dog trainer.
Okay.
So he has his own dog training. So anyways, I know you got to go, so we can just keep talking. So we'll let you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll talk more about that and some other things. Thank you so much, Michelle, for being here. Thank you, all of you lovely people, my mods who had a little bit. I was trying to help mod too, but thank you so much for being here. And for anybody who watched on the replay, thank you so much. And we'll be bringing some more. We're going to bring some of the spicy tea. And truth.
Spicy tea, yes. The fall tea. The autumn teas are coming out.
The fall tea is coming.
Yeah, the fall tea, the autumn and the winter teas. They're all a little spicier.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the time of the year. So let's do it. All right. Love you, Michelle. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
All right. I will see y'all. I don't know. Probably sometime this week. And Michelle, we need to talk.
Tomorrow. Yeah, or tonight. Tomorrow or tonight.
Okay.
Are you on here?